to another episode of the Tip Balls Podcast. I'm your host, Sam Randazzo. You changed this. Did you change the all cams angle too?
I did. That's what I was doing when you walked
It's
in.
odd. It's odd.
Actually centered.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's like at my face level now. I don't know how I feel about it.
I didn't change the level. I just changed
The angle? Yeah, he was up there with a drill when I got here.
Whatever, dude.
Welcome to another episode of the Tip Balls Podcast. I'm Sam, as I already said. I am joined by my two fairly festive co-hosts. To my right, it is the one, the only. It's Uncle Sam.
Hello.
And to my left, it is none other than our very own Mr. Zolo, Mike Pelazzolo.
Good afternoon.
Behind the computer, creating a string of garland with his own goo.
buzz. My mic's when I turn my mic on, it buzzes.
Well, why don't you fix that?
Well, I unmuted it.
What, did you shoot some
So-
goo into your mic and now it buzzes all the time, or what?
Maybe I just got some goo.
It's Bruce, the Tugboat Venditti.
Hello.
We're joined in studio today by a very special guest. Shout out to cousin PJ in the studio today.
Do you want to be
Hey.
on there?
Hey, turn your camera on him.
There we go. There we
There you
go.
go.
Live appearance in
Hey.
studio. In studio. There he is. Round of
Hey.
applause. Round of applause, Bruce. Round of applause. Let's go on the hop. Anyways, it's too late now. Forget about it. You missed out on the round of applause.
Well, I was putting my camera back. And
Whatever,
the
dude.
camera-
You suck, dude.
Hold on.
There we go.
Bruce.
Bruce.
Fucking useless.
Worthless bastard. Anyways, welcome. It's Fantasy Frenzy.
Actually, I don't even know.
The majority of you have probably been eliminated from your fantasy playoffs already, but for the ones that haven't, please bring us all of your fantasy questions. Sit, starts, add, drops. Give us your lineups. We'll rate them. It's a big week for a lot of people who are still involved. It's championship week, especially for Mike Pelazzolo, who is in the championship game of his big league. In the tipped league, 3 of the people in studio today are in the semifinals. So there is a lot going on as far as the fantasy world goes. We got some news to cover as well before we get into all that. We have, I guess, two Monday night games to very, very quickly recap. And a huge, and I mean huge, Thursday night game to preview. So quite a bit to get to today. I'm going to start off by asking, Uncle Sam, how's your week been so far?
Great.
Any high points, low
No.
points, pits, peaks?
Nothing.
Nothing? Zero? You don't have anything to report?
I wanted to kill Bruce today. That's about it.
Why?
Because I just hate him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it is the most wonderful time of the year. So maybe you should spread
He
some
almost
Christmas
got
cheer.
beat with the fucking hammer today.
Did
got
he?
real close to getting it today.
I mean,
I was losing my mind today.
that's character building at best.
Yes, it is.
You know, sometimes he needs to find a little grit.
I had talked to Bruce and explained to Bruce that how I cannot trust him ever again.
His hands
I
are
want to
very
kill him.
soft.
Yes.
Yeah.
His hands are as soft as this little
What
pillowy
happened had nothing
ass.
to do with my hands being soft.
Whatever. Also, we already have a question in the TikTok chat from Brad Alay. Bradley with many Y's. I know it's gross, but Craig Reynolds or Vidal, who is going to be the guy in David Montgomery's absence that shares snaps with Jahmyr Gibbs?
If I think he just means fantasy this week because Vidal is going against
Yeah, he plays for the Chargers.
the
correct?
Broncos, right?
Oh, I'm thinking of Sione Vaki. I just had a
Yeah.
moment there. My bad.
Oh,
Craig Reynolds or Vidal. The Chargers have not been able to run the ball whatsoever in Dobbins' absence.
well, I don't know about that. I mean, they just haven't been successful at it like they were.
Well, yes, that means they haven't been able to run the ball.
I don't know. I would probably say.
You know
who
what?
You
I'd
think's
roll-
going to get more of a shot?
I think Craig Reynolds, dude.
I would say Reynolds might get more of a shot than this guy.
If you go back to last year, the Lions.
I don't see the Lions even splitting with
You think
Craig
it's gonna be a Gibbs
Reynolds.
show?
No, it's going to be the Gibbs fucking fiasco.
Where do you think Vaki's role is going to be? Both of you.
He should be playing fucking safety.
I don't know.
you know.
They'll ease him in.
You think?
Huh?
It's Craig Reynolds. Remember, Craig Reynolds got substantial snaps last year during
Right.
some injuries. It's Craig Reynolds' jobs to lose. And then if you go back to Hard Knocks, do you remember they were all going to
They
bat for
wanted
Reynolds?
him so bad.
And they didn't want him cut because he's an offensive lineman's best friend because he's the best run blocker on the team. Like
Right.
he's very good at blocking. So I think you're going to see a lot of Reynolds because he catches balls too. Reynolds catches a lot of balls. So it's going to be Reynolds. I think they ease Vaki in as time goes too. If Montgomery ends up being out long term.
So to answer this question, you like Reynolds or Vidal?
Reynolds.
I like Reynolds.
I like Reynolds.
So
I think Reynolds might get an opportunity to run in between the tackles a little more.
Funny thing about Bears D, they since Eberflus has left, they're last or second to last in every major defensive category, every major statistic. Like they've gotten absolutely shredded over the last 2 weeks. So I could see a scenario where the Lions actually, especially if you have Jahmyr Gibbs, you're in great shape. But I could see a scenario where the Lions run the ball very effectively against the Bears this week. And then on top of that, we'll talk about Campbell's comments, I'm sure, today. I think the offensive line is going to be frothing at the mouth for Sunday. I think you're going to see the best offensive line performance in a long time.
They're gonna what?
Frothing at the mouth.
Frothing?
Frothing. It's even more. It's more gooey than foaming.
Nobody froths more than fucking Bruce.
We got another question in here from Zobalzi. Lad McConkey or Xavier Worthy?
If you got McConkey,
McConkey.
you're starting him.
McConkey.
I know it's Denver D, but look what the Chargers did last week against a pretty stout Bucs defense. I think if you have McConkey, you're starting him.
I agree with that, without question. The Xavier Worthy thing is getting interesting because his usage is up a little bit, but I don't expect a huge Chiefs game.
He is not going to get the targets that McConkey gets.
I agree. I would go with McConkey.
You got what's his name back this week too?
Who?
Hollywood Brown.
Is he playing this week?
Yeah, he's back this week. I know he was practicing. I know that.
Cute. Forever Eagles in the YouTube chat. Sup, fellas? I have AJ and Cup in my wide receiver slots. Who do I put in my flex?
McConkey.
Well, hold on. Can I get through the names?
Go ahead.
Lad McConkey, George Pickens. All right, between those two.
Lad McConkey.
McConkey.
George Pickens didn't practice again today.
All right, McConkey or Jawan Jennings?
McConkey.
McConkey or Jameson Williams?
McConkey.
McConkey or Tyrone Tracy?
McConkey.
McConkey or Najee Harris?
McConkey.
McConkey or Dalton Kincaid?
Here's the question. Do you have the balls to lower Cooper Kupp and put him juxtaposed to anyone in your flex? Because you're probably starting Cooper Kupp if you have him. There's no way you're not. But after what he did last week, is he the one that you're flexing and leaving McConkey in? I don't know. You're here for a reason. You get creative at the end of the year, and you're here for a reason. So, we'll go over some crazy scenarios on my team today.
I agree.
Run you through that.
I would start to consider pulling Cooper Kupp out of that spot. I think I would feel better about Tyrone Tracy or Najee in the flex with McConkey as your wide receiver too. Or would you stack McConkey and Pickens?
Yeah, I mean, I'm starting Pickens eventually. It's just not this week.
Well, you don't have any more time.
Not me. I'm talking about for this guy. Most championships end after next week. Mine ends this week because we wanted it done, but we wanted the games still meaningful.
I think I would
too
go
much money on the
AJ
line.
Brown, McConkey, and
Probably Cup for now, but
I don't know. The Najee Harris thing is interesting to me this week against Baltimore. Anyways, Solo, I didn't ask you, how is your week going so far?
miserable. Been late here every day. You guys all want to kill me when I walk in.
I don't want to kill you. I don't want to kill you. Uncle Sam might want to kill you. I'm getting there. Are you in charge around here now?
I don't know if you see it or not.
Pink?
You're not in charge until you DM our girl that's been trying to come after you.
Listen, scared. He's scared. He's
There's nothing.
covarde, poca hombre. I don't know how else you want me to say it. Is
Those
she
small
Spanish, by
balls.
the way? I think she's Mexican, right?
Mac L 120 says Skull 12-2. The Vikings have one of the lowest strengths of records for a 12-2 team of all time. The trash will take itself out.
Agreed. Christina Saliba 572 in the TikTok chat. Burrow or Goff? So obviously, you have Goff against Chicago. You have Cincinnati against Cleveland. I'm sorry. I know Goff had a wonderful performance last week. I'm still.
If you have Joe Burrow, you're starting him.
You have to roll Burrow
That's-
against Cleveland.
there aren't many people you're starting over Joe Burrow.
I think that-
Lamar and Josh Allen are the only two people you're starting over Joe Burrow.
Agreed. Besides that, you guys want to talk some news?
Mm-hmm.
Just a little bit of news, and then we're going to get into Zolo's championship run. Former Chiefs running back Clyde Edwards-Helaire has joined the Saints in a practice squad position.
Why?
I think he's
don't-
from New Orleans.
Why?
He is. He won he won. I believe he won at LSU, didn't he?
Yes, he
I'm
did.
asking why is the Saints even bothering?
Because Kamara's banged up.
So what? They still got 3 other backs on their roster. Why?
They
why?
think Clyde Edwards-Helaire is better than the 3 other backs in the roster.
Okay.
For a second, did you think there was a chance he was going to hit the Lions practice squad?
He would have had to clear waivers, right? Because they're towards the bottom of the waiver order. But yeah, and then same with another guy that signed today who got picked up was Ambry Thomas. The Colts picked him up from
Yeah,
Detroit,
I
went
thought
to
he was a
Michigan.
sure thing.
Sure thing.
Yeah.
And the Colts picked him up. So.
Calais Campbell, 6-time Pro Bowl defensive tackle, came out today and said that once the Dolphins are eliminated, the team is considering the possibility of waiving him so he could sign with a contender. He's 38 and looking to win a Super Bowl before he retires. Would you hate the idea of, if the Dolphins lose this week and get eliminated, us possibly bringing in Calais
I
Campbell
don't have a
for
problem
a
with
playoff
that.
run?
I would love to see him here.
They were shopping him initially, and they decided not to because they were still in it at the deadline, so they held on to him.
Yeah, they're done now.
Exactly. They're done now, and he's actually not having that bad of a year as a role player.
He's a body, dude. I would love to have
He's a
him
body.
here. I think he'd bring a lot of experience, too.
Yeah, I agree.
And that's something that they're lacking big time.
Couple questions in the TikTok chat. Shout out to Anthony Quintero. Bo Nix or Justin Herbert in tomorrow night's Thursday night matchup?
Bo Nix scares me because of how bad he was last week, and I love Charger D, but at some point Herbert's got to return to what he was the last couple weeks. That's a tough decision. That's a really tough decision.
tough one because you got to respect Denver's defense as well.
Yeah, it was the best.
I still think I would lean Justin Herbert this week because Nix really
Yeah.
scared me off last
The
week.
upside with Herbert is significantly higher. Uncle Sam, Herbert or Nix?
That's a
I'm gonna go with Bo
50-50.
Nix.
You are.
Yep.
Why?
Just because I got a feeling.
Sneaking suspicion.
You feel it in your plums?
I got a feeling.
Jake Bullard, Jerome Ford, or Pacheco in PPR?
Jerome Ford is a must start.
eliminated
He's
me last week.
he's a top 10 play this week if you have Jerome
Well,
Ford.
that's because he's returning kicks and fucking
And
he's all over the
Chubb's
place.
dead now again.
Yeah, Nick Chubb broke his foot. Now he's done for another year.
Cooper Kupp or Pickens? Pickens did not practice, so if you have
Kupp.
Cooper Kupp, you're
Cup
probably
gonna have a
starting
big
him.
game, dude. Cup is gonna get ass hammered with targets.
Why do you
This
say
week.
that? Because he's zeroed out.
He's gonna get ass hammered with targets. this
Why?
week. You watch. It's gonna
Against
be
the Jets?
ridiculous. It's gonna be ridiculous, dude.
More like
Their
yeah,
secondary ain't gonna be able to cover anybody.
That's true.
They can't get no pressure on anybody. They're gonna get fucking. Them guys are gonna eat this week.
Shout out to Daniel Trulio 1713 for the question. Next up, user 1331724208153
And
is
fucking
asking
eeny, meeny, miny, mo.
Aaron Jones or Isaac Guerrero.
Aaron Jones.
Why?
Again, you're starting. You're working with upside, right? Who do the Niners play this week?
Miami. That's
I don't know. I think things are just going to continue to trend south for the Niners. Trent Williams is officially going to be done for the year, by the way. I think that hurts everything Niners related, pass game, run game. And has Guerrero really looked that good over the last 2 weeks?
not in the last 2 weeks. No.
No, he hasn't done anything since Snow Bowl.
But do
And
you
he didn't do
have any
much then.
concerns about Aaron Jones against Seattle?
No, you're starting Aaron Jones if you have him.
Uncle Sam, differing opinion or no?
No, Aaron Jones.
Frost's 88 in the TikTok chat. Jonnu Smith or I'm guessing Ford is Jerome Ford in a flex PPR.
That's actually
Sorry?
really tough.
Jonnu Smith or Jerome Ford in the flex spot in a PPR league.
Who's your tight end if Johnny
Yeah,
flex?
Full
Johnny's in
point
your flex.
PPR.
Mm-hmm. In a full point PPR, that kind of makes things interesting because Jonnu Smith has been getting hammered.
Yeah, he's getting a lot
did-
of
Yeah.
targets.
Trey McBride. Oh,
I would
the
still
GOAT,
say
Trey
Ford,
McBride.
just because Ford is going to catch the ball too. I mean,
Here's
he's kind of been doing it all.
But hold on. Let me go over the last 5 weeks of Jonnu Smith in
Okay.
a PPR league with you. 29, 24, 22, 13.5, 20.
yeah. I might defer to both of these guys are league winners. I would try and find a way to work both of them
Yeah,
in if you
get them
can.
both on the field at
His
the same time.
his tight end is
Yeah.
Trey McBride. Who's your running back? By the way, I think Trey McBride's gonna have a monster week. Who's your running backs? Let's hear that. While we wait, in the meantime, user 7318244934697 says Robinson and London positive.
5309.
Robinson and London positive.
Honestly, I'm starting Jerome Ford over Bucky Irving personally. Am I crazy there? Am I crazy?
Wait. Where are we at here?
He says at the bottom. I asked who his running backs were. He said Bucky and Bijan. Would you start Jerome Ford over Bucky Irving, and then flex Jonnu Smith?
I think I would this week.
Yeah, so would I.
Would. Bucky's been hot too, though. But
Bucky's had one. I mean, he was coming off an injury. He had a good week last week, but he positive with new quarterback. We're gonna talk about this user 7318244934697 because I picked up
75309.
I picked up Michael Penix. My Uncle Sam and I are huge Michael Penix fans. Uncle Sam's the biggest Michael Penix fan this side of Lake Michigan. So we'll get there. We'll talk about it
Actually, I
because
thought Michael Penix should have won the Heisman. By the way.
yeah, we know,
Yeah.
we know you do.
Should have won the Heisman.
Caden Rience. Ryance. Caden, I don't know how to say your last name, but he's asking Bowers or McBride. How do you, I mean,
I would go
So,
with McBride.
I'm going McBride. Let me tell you why I'm with Uncle Sam on this one. Bowers, anything Raiders related right now, I'm not touching. I feel good about Bowers if Aiden O'Connell plays. If you have Trey McBride, you're probably still starting him over Brock Bowers because at some point
They're
Trey
still
McBride's
in
going to
it.
touch him.
They're still in the playoffs.
You talking about the Cardinals?
Yes. So you have to play those guys because they're still in it. They're mathematically still in it. You have to play these guys.
we have a question in the YouTube chat from Rack Jandazzo. Uncle Sam, this one specifically for you. Are you rolling with Ashton Doolin or Trenton Irwin this week?
I hate you, Jack.
Moving back, hold on, because I don't want to get too far off here. Alush.
Braxton Berrios. Braxton Berrios. That's who I'm going
Out for the year. Actually, no, we'll go to Ziegel. I got Bijan and Bucky starting, debating if I should play Dowdle or Jacoby Myers in my flex. Dowdle.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Dowdle.
Dowdle's been
You,
pretty
if you have
solid,
Dowdle right now, you can
Dowdle.
play him. He's hot. Alush.
especially with no, what's his name's out now. Rudolph is starting, so you got to play.
Alush, we didn't skip you. We're getting to you right now. Garendo or Pacheco or Judy, it looks like.
Judy, Garendo, or Pacheco?
I don't love the running backs there.
I don't know.
Cleveland's playing Cincinnati.
Yeah.
So here's the problem with Judy. All Browns pass catchers get downgraded with Dorian Thompson-Robinson.
100%.
So you're probably going with Garendo there. I mean, you could take the flyer on Pacheco. No
Yeah,
one
'cause
has
he's
seen
not
it.
going to throw the ball 40 times a game like he's been
Mahomes?
doing. That's the problem.
That's why I'm
No,
going to.
Dorian Thompson Robinson.
Well, but the other thing is I might lean Pacheco over Garendo because I think
Yeah.
if Mahomes is a little bit banged up, maybe they'll hand the ball off more. But they're also
Yeah.
playing Houston, who I don't love running the ball against.
It also feels like they're still slowly working Pacheco in,
Yeah.
which I think is a problem. I don't know. You're down to Pacheco or Garendo. Garendo's probably the biggest sure thing that you have there, and it still isn't that great of a sure thing.
Now you have another Garendo question. In a half-point PPR, Brees or Garendo?
Brees Hall.
Brees Hall.
You really think so?
When Brees Hall plays, he's outstanding. What did he do last week?
Against the Rams front?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me pull Brees up real quick in a PPR league. Brees Hall last week, 13.
Yeah.
Missed the Miami game.
Forever Eagles got a good question in there.
Forever Eagles in the YouTube. In my other league, I have George Pickens and David Njoku on IR. I would need to drop 2 players on my bench. Khalil Shakir, Zach Charbonnet, Tyrone Tracy, DJ Moore, J-Mo, Josh Downs, or Garendo.
Drop Josh Downs and Garendo.
Yeah, one of the last 3, J-Mo, Josh Downs, and Garendo. You're probably not starting J-Mo going forward.
Well, if Pickens doesn't play this week, don't drop anybody to get him out. I don't think Pickens is going to play this week. So I would just monitor that really closely. If you want to get Njoku off, I would probably drop Josh Downs.
Pickens supposed to be playing this week.
Didn't
think?
practice today.
He didn't practice.
In practice?
No.
Pick one, PPR flex. This is from user 5198904747378. Pick one, PPR flex. Judy, Ford, Zay, Brian Robinson, B. Rob Jr. Is that Brian Robinson?
I'm
Is
guessing.
he Junior? You mean Brian Thomas?
No,
Yeah.
I think
Brian
Brian
Robinson
Robinson
is
is a
junior.
junior.
Pick one, PPR flex. Probably Brian Robinson or Ford.
I think I would go Jerome.
Ford.
Dude, Jerome Ford's hot.
Yeah.
And they're going to run.
I might have to start Jerome Ford this week,
Yeah.
so I feel that.
Will, do I start mixing Garendo or JT?
Do I start mixing Garendo or JT?
Is JT's Jonathan Taylor I'm going out on?
Yeah,
I'm
JT,
guessing?
Jonathan Taylor.
Jonathan Taylor.
Jonathan Taylor's a top 10 play this week.
Choose three between Cup, Garrett Wilson, Judy, and McMillan, I'm guessing Tampa Bay, correct?
The first three.
I actually like McMillan
No.
right now.
I don't think so. I think I would play McMillan over. I was talking about Zola.
Oh.
I think. Oh God.
Oh yeah, over Judy.
McMillan keeps
Over
making
Judy.
Over
hammered
Judy,
I'm
yeah.
playing McMillan
Yeah,
over
so
Judy.
Cup, Garrett Wilson, McMillan.
Yeah, I agree. Knicks or golf this week from Sam in the chat. Jared
Golf outdoors scares me, but I do think that they're, again, reiterating here, the Bears defense has taken
Has been
major
is
steps
hot
back.
right now. You gotta play golf.
Goff's hot. They need the win. They're coming off of a loss. The Lions are really good after losses. The only thing that scares me is he's outdoors. Goff.
Don't worry
Alush's,
about the weather's not going to be that fucking bad there. So
should we
30
get
and
a
sunny.
weather- Should we?
huh?
30
yeah.
and sunny.
Yeah.
Alush's back. Should he put Spears at flex instead of Garendo? Tajay Spears.
Tajay
I
Spears
actually
has been
like him
hot.
this week.
I
yeah.
agree.
Tajay Spears has been very hot, and Tony Pollard's been hot too.
Yeah.
Hey.
Hicks,
Man.
he's the third down guy.
Hang out with your Wang out, dude. Go.
No, I would do Garendo because he's going to get the primary amount of snaps. That's why I would defer to snap counts on that one and go with Garendo. Plus, is it good or bad that Will Levis isn't playing? Is that good or bad for Tajay Spears?
That's true.
That's the
You
problem.
got to wait and see on that a little bit. You're right. User 731-8244-934697. Mark Andrews or Travis Kelce?
I love everything about the Ravens' revenge game over the Steelers this week. I think this is a big game for the Ravens' pass game, and I think Mark Andrews is going to pop off. He's going to be one of the reasons why.
Yeah. And again, I'm hesitant on all things Chiefs at the moment. What do you think? I'm going to go Travis Kelce because the road to the Super Bowl goes through Arrowhead.
That's right.
Laporta or Bowers?
Right.
Sam Laporta. Sam Laporta.
Over Bowers?
Yeah.
You think?
I need to know who's starting for the Raiders. If it's Aiden
Yeah,
O'Connell,
we
I
don't
feel
even
better
know
about
who's
Bowers.
playing, dude.
Do I start Lad McConkey or Jalen McMillan?
I like McMillan.
Lad McConkey for me.
I like
Lad
McMillan.
McConkey, when he plays, he's 10 points guaranteed every time. McMillan, there's touchdown dependency. He's gonna get the targets. He's got to convert the targets, and is he gonna get the touchdown? Lad McConkey's getting 10 to 14 targets a game at the moment. That's why I like McConkey a little bit more.
I like McMillan actually because I think playing opposite that opposite side to what's his name, Mike Evans, you're not gonna get the coverage that he's getting.
Here's another
So
another
I-
layer to that,
That's
though.
why I like that.
They're going full court press, trying to get Mike Evans that 1,000 yards. So he's also getting they're all aware of it. Excuse me. Baker Mayfield's aware of it. Mike Evans is aware of it. Like they're pushed. It was clear they were doing that last week against the Chargers,
And that McMillan kid still had a great game,
and he did.
even though they were pushing the ball
That's
toward
true.
Evans.
Grace Gallagher is back, and because we knocked Judy out of her 3, she was asking, even though Judy has been so consistent over the past few weeks, you would still bench him.
Yeah, but
Yes.
that was with
That was
30-30,
with 30-30,
man.
correct.
Without 30-30, this guy is not going to get the targets he was getting.
Dark Human on YouTube is asking Rico Dowdle or K9 this week.
Rico Dowdle.
I think so too.
I
would give
I
me
really
Dowdle
like-
over a banged up K9
Okay.
against Tampa's front. I think Rico Dowdle, dude, he's gone for like 150 yards 2 games in a row.
Yeah, but he's going against a really good run defense.
More
That's-
Judy or Jackson Smith and Jigba this week. DJ
DJ
Moore against the
Yeah,
Lions.
DJ Moore. I like all Bears pass catchers this
So do
week.
I.
And DJ Moore did a lot of damage 2 weeks ago against the Lions, and he did it all in the second half. This time he's getting a more depleted defense at home. I love DJ Moore. I love Keenan Allen, and I love Roma Dunze this week.
From K3, Bucky Irving or Brian Thomas Jr. in flex.
Brian Thomas, done.
Agreed.
Brian Thomas is a league winner. If you have him, he's a top 10 play this week. He's wide receiver 5 on the year. If you have him, he got you here. Don't not start him. And we just talked about this on Monday. He's quarterback proof at this point. Doesn't matter who's throwing him the ball. He's going to behave like an animal every single time. Brian Thomas. Brian Thomas is better than most of your receivers.
Correct.
Yep.
Brees Hall, Garendo, or Bowers at flex.
Brees Hall.
He has
Hall.
Trey McBride and Bowers. Caden.
Brees Hall.
Brees Hall over Bowers.
Yeah.
Yep.
Devontae Adams or A.J. Brown.
Oh, I'd ride the hot hand there.
AJ Brown, man.
I'd
I
ride
go
the hot
A.J.
hand.
Brown too.
So here's why I'm not going to do it. I think that the Commanders really need that game this week. Number one, it's at home. Number two, number three, one Marshawn Lattimore return last week. You know how many targets he gave up? How many receptions he gave up? 0. And I think he's going to be the one to draw A.J. Brown. So for that reason,
Devontae Adams.
Devontae Adams is coming off a 200-point game or 200-yard game.
That is true.
And he looks good right now. Like, he actually looks comfortable and effective. He's looked good for 2 weeks, actually.
Steve Green, 355. Jamison Williams or Jalen McMillan.
McMillan. Based on targets, J-Mo's going to have that boomer bust potential. Like, you're going to get a 50-yard bomb maybe for a TD. McMillan's getting consistent targets. Like, he's getting over 5 targets. McMillan for me.
Big Mike actually included a Titan in fantasy talk. Ford, Cook, or Westbrook, and I'm guessing Westbrook is Nick Westbrook-Ikini in the flex. Jerome Ford.
Yeah, Jerome Ford. If you have Jerome Ford, you're probably starting him this week.
User 731-8244-934697. Does Al Bundy score 4 touchdowns for the Polk High School Panthers this weekend?
He's only done it once.
We already got to K3. Sit one, Adams, Higgins, or Nico Collins with Stroud as his QB.
I like T. Higgins.
I would
this
say
week.
sit. I was going to say sit Higgins.
That's so hard, dude.
Those are 3 guys that should be a lot
Because
better
I think
than they are
Devontae
right now.
Adams is really getting a rapport with Rodgers.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know
So
what?
you know he's going to start catching the ball more. But
Nico Collins is going to be
Collins is
he's going to have a huge game against Cincinnati, and I think Higgins is going to have a really nice game against Houston. I'm sorry, the 1 game thing for Devontae Adams doesn't sway me from all of
he's
the
been good the
dog
last-
shit.
You're a Jets hater.
I can't stand the Jets.
You've never been green gooed before.
No, it's a joke. It's a joke. The whole Jets thing is a joke. McConkey, DK, or Waddle at flex from Mikey Big Gavel.
Waddle's been looking good recently.
Yes, he has.
Lab McConkey still. I'm sorry. Lab McConkey till we die. He's another league winner. When he plays, good things happen.
Alush again, asking still. He has everybody that we've talked about, like back to back. Hold on, I got HN. Oh no, we're gonna jump around because I already answered that one. Ryan, HN Mixon or Chuba, pick one.
Achan.
God, that's so hard.
Chuba is going to have a little bit tougher of a
slowly
matchup
starting
this
to
week.
fall off.
Yeah, he should have had a bigger game last week, and he didn't. He's starting to fall off. I agree. Mixon has really fallen off.
Agreed.
Whereas I think one of the leading receivers or in reception targets last week for Miami was Achan, if I remember correctly. You'll have to fact check me on that.
I would roll HN as well. Derrick Henry or Joe Mixon. And hold on, we do need to discuss this. Obviously, Alex, you're playing Derrick Henry. That is without question. You are starting Derrick Henry over Joe Mixon. But Derrick Henry cost a lot of people their leagues in the last 3 weeks.
It happens.
And it happens. But he also got you there, so you've got to roll. You've got to roll with
It's all luck this time of year.
it. Tyler, Casper, Garrett Wilson, Neighbors, or Drake London have to sit one.
There's
Is
a
it crazy
theory-
for me to say Malik Neighbors right now?
No, it's not. And they're going. I think they're Drew Lock this week. They're doing the quarterback carousel. It's Drew Lock, if I remember correctly. there is a theory, and I want to talk about the Michael Penix thing. There's a theory that it's going to go one of two ways. It's going to be a major regression for Falcons pass catchers, or it's going to be like an extreme boost for Falcons pass
It's
catchers.
going to be a boost.
Well, we know you think that.
I'm telling you right now, and mark my words on this. This kid's going to impress a lot of fucking people.
Will you save the Michael Penix propaganda for when we get?
I'm just telling you.
I know. I want to talk about it.
You
Bruce.
guys talk all the shit you want.
I'm
need a
not
poll.
talking any shit,
I need a poll.
but we have too many questions right now.
So the poll is because I have the same problem I had last week with two quarterbacks. Again, I picked up Michael Penix, and there's a very legitimate chance that I start him. So Richardson versus the Titans, Penix versus the Giants, and that's at home, by the way, Mac Jones versus the Raiders. Jones.
You're gonna have to text that to him, so he's gonna forget. Jumping to YouTube real quick. Matt Calupina in the chat. Shout out to Taylor. Lad McConkey or DJ Moore this week?
DJ Moore.
I agree.
Yeah, more.
Brunson Burner, Jalen McMillan or Jaden Reed?
McMillan.
Yeah, McMillan.
I agree with both of those.
When was the last time Jaden Reed did something?
I don't know. It's been way too long. Pick 2, Mixon, Brees, or Tariq? God. I think the 1 is Brees.
For sure.
Agree?
I would say Hill.
It's probably It's probably Brees and Tyreek.
I'm good
think
with
those
that.
are the two.
I'll co-sign that. Ford or DJ Moore in a PPR league?
Ooh, that's actually tough.
PPR,
DJ Moore.
DJ Moore.
I might be starting both of them. So
Yeah, if you could find a way to get them both in there, I probably would. Jalen Hurts or Kyler Murray this week? Listen, dude, the Kyler Murray thing is done. Jalen Hurts.
Yeah, if you have Jalen
Jalen
Hurts, you're
Hurts.
starting him.
You're starting him. Tony Pollard or Condre Miller? Saints running back.
Tony Pollard.
Clyde Edwards-Helaire is still on the practice squad. I am still going Tony Pollard. Nico Collins or Mike Evans? Nico
Mike
Collins
Evans.
against Kansas City. Mike Evans against the Cowboys.
Mike Evans.
Mike Evans.
Versus anybody.
But you realistically, I don't think you can go wrong with that because I love the idea. I think Nico Collins has a big week. I really do. Do I start London or Cup?
London.
Pablo? And then
Pablo.
Connor or Bucky?
James Conner's a must
Conner.
start this week. Might be top 3 running back this week. James Conner.
Tyler Casper. Oh, we already got to you, Tyler. But shout out to you. Alush now asking us quarterback questions. Tua or Purdy? Yeah, that's a bad. That's
Tua.
just bad.
Yeah.
Tua.
That's just bad.
Tua.
But I'd
I
go
don't.
Tua.
I don't love Purdy
I don't
right
like
now.
Purdy at all. Tua.
Rashad White or Josh Downs? Just God.
Rashad White.
Yeah, I think I'm probably Rashad
Downs,
White
you can
as well.
forget about it, dude. Once he just doesn't get the targets that he was getting prior to the Anthony Richardson thing. So you just need to just forget about him. I have him too, and basically I dropped him.
Hey, listen, we're not forgetting about you guys either. We're just trying to get through everything here. Ladivin.ig, Tariq, London, Pickens, McLaurin, pick 2. I think I would go McLaurin and
McLaurin.
Drake London.
In London.
McLaurin kind of scares me against Eagles D, but again, I think that Jaden Daniels and the Commanders need this game bad, and I think that they're gonna ball out on Sunday. So for that reason, I like McLaurin, and I also like Drake
The
London.
last time that Washington played the
Philly.
Eagles,
Philly.
the last time, Brian Robinson absolutely tore them apart. They couldn't stop him.
So you're
It's something to think about.
so how do you feel about McLaurin then?
I love McLaurin in this game.
Okay.
What? You got 2 rookie corners out there. One guy
But they've been pretty
that's a veteran.
pretty
They've been pretty solid.
Uh,
They haven't gone up against a guy like McLaurin either. He's pretty good.
maybe Manny asking a tight end question. Shout out to all the tight ends. Dalton Kincaid or Noah Gray?
Dalton Kincaid.
Yeah.
They're gonna keep feeding him going forward. You could tell Josh Allen loved having him back last week.
Alush has changed his quarterback question.
Okay.
And I already know how this is going to go. So he asked Tua or Purdy, and we picked Tua. Now he threw in the or Penix.
Penix.
Zolo,
Michael Penix.
you have no bias here, so I'll ask you.
Yeah. So did you already put the poll up, Bruce?
I already voted
Did you
on a
put it on-
poll too, by
Did
the way.
you?
Yes, I did.
While we're sitting here, I put Michael Penix into my starting lineup. He's QB2 for me this week. at home indoors against the Giants. I feel like he's going to light it up. I just have a really good feeling about it. So I'm going with Michael Penix in that scenario. Like we know he's got the arm talent, right? It's how well did he grasp the offense? And this is the time frame that we've seen some quarterbacks over the years like come into their own that were sat on properly. This is how you develop a quarterback. I think there's a good chance that he has a good grasp of the offense and comes in and lights it up this week.
I can't disagree on the Michael Penix front. And I if you have him, I think this is the week. You have to pick him up, start him. If you're not in love with your quarterback, maybe Manny asking Bo Nix or Tua. Do you feel better about Michael Penix than Bo Nix and Tua this week?
Maybe not Bo Nix.
Against the Chargers?
Yeah, you know what? I'm
That's what I'm saying.
I have Michael Penix starting in a championship game for a lot of money. So here's my problem. Let me pose a question. to you
I
guys now.
got a question for
Go ahead.
One
you first.
second, real quick. If you're asking questions in TikTok, keep asking them. I promise you we'll get to them. Go.
Okay. Matt Stafford,
Who do the Rams play?
Jaden Daniels,
Tell who they play. Jaden Daniels plays the
or
Eagles.
Michael Penix.
Who do the
Matt Stafford plays the Jets.
Probably Stafford.
Jaden Daniels is playing Philly.
Yeah, I go Stafford, Penix,
Jaden Daniels.
Jaden Daniels. Go back to the
See, the
TikTok.
guy I'm playing though has Cooper Kupp, so that's why
They're going to cancel off.
That's why I got Stafford playing. Because right now I want to start.
So,
Michael
go
Penix.
ahead.
Let
What's your
me ask my question to the chat really quick. TikTok, I want to hear from you guys. I'm in my championship, like I've said already for the 10th time. I'm going this route at wide receiver. It's not changing. I have Smith and Jigba going, Drake London, Brian Thomas, and then I'm leaving DJ Moore in my flex. So I'm playing those four no matter what. They got me here. I have Jahmyr Gibbs. I'm down to Chuba Hubbard at running back or Jerome Ford.
Jerome Ford.
Dude, it's Chuba against Arizona or Jerome Ford against Cincinnati.
Cincinnati can't stop anybody,
I agree.
so I would play Ford.
Yeah, I just
All
put
the
Ford
way.
in.
Yeah,
I just put Ford in, and then
I would.
at quarterback, like I said, Penix, Richardson. I went with Richardson last week, by the way, over Bryce Young. It was off by a point, and Richardson started hot and then didn't do anything. But I have Richardson, Penix, and there's a scenario where I start Mac Jones as well because someone's got to get Brian Thomas the ball, and it worked last week.
I'd go Penix.
Yeah.
I would go Penix, and I would feel confident about it.
That's what I had. This is to win everything too. I have Penix and Jerome Ford in.
Here's the
So-
thing with
Should've won the
Atlanta.
Heisman.
With Atlanta, where
Should
they're
have won the
at,
Heisman, PJ. You should have. It was bullshit.
with Atlanta where they're at, they're in a must-win. They're still in the picture. They have to win this week.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they would take their $100 million quarterback out to put in a rookie if they really didn't think Penix was going to put them in the best situation to win.
Correct.
That's
I
why
agree
I'm as
with
high
that.
as I am on Penix.
I'm looking
Why-
at a ranking right now that has Anthony Richardson over Mahomes as QB 17. So
Over
that's
who?
Mahomes over Mahomes
this week.
This week over Mahomes,
Who
Bo
are they
Nix,
playing?
Stroud, Herbert, Penix, Wilson. The
Houston.
Houston's playing. Excuse me. The Colts are playing the Titans.
Well,
Ha,
dog.
ha. I don't know about that.
But Mac Jones lit the Titans up last week. Oh no,
Huh?
no, he didn't. Who did he light up last week? Did
No.
Mac Jones light up last week?
Jackson.
Mac Jones last week lit up the Jets.
The Jets.
I don't know.
The Jets' defense ain't what they were last year.
This is such a coin flip.
So I personally, I don't know. That's up to you. I mean, I don't know.
I'm rolling with Penix. Fuck it.
I would roll with Penix because I know what Penix can do.
Here's the thing. Who do you think gives you the best chance to not shit the bed? Because there's a
Penix.
good chance that Mac Jones
Penix.
shits the
They're
bed.
gonna let
There's
it
a
rip.
Good chance that Anthony Richardson shits the bed.
Penix, yeah.
So Penix, I think, is your
Worst
safe
case
bet.
scenario is this: Penix going to be handing off the ball a lot.
I don't
So
think that's the case.
That's
Every-
your worst case scenario.
Every ranking I've seen so far, by the way, has Chuba Hubbard way in front of Jerome Ford.
I would play Chuba Hubbard. I would. I know Jerome Ford had a really nice week last week. I think that Chuba has a nice matchup.
At what point does Cleveland pack it in?
Listen, Arizona's defense doesn't
I
scare
mean,
me.
they're already starting.
I think Chuba has a
fucking-
really nice day.
Dorian Thompson-Robinson.
It's
So
packed, bud. It's packed in.
Yeah,
It's
I
packed in.
mean,
But that's the thing is once it's packed in, is that when Jerome Ford really starts to.
well, he's already done that the last couple of weeks.
I know.
He's been a monster the last
I
couple of
know.
weeks, so I don't.
I think
I'm
I'm gonna
going Ford.
leave Penix in at quarterback, and then I'm gonna go with Hubbard. I think over Ford. As of now, I changed my
Yeah,
mind.
keep flipping the coin.
Yeah.
I don't think you could take a guy who's been popping off almost 30 points a week out. I think
You're
that's
talking about
dumb.
Ford?
Yes.
He only had 17 last week.
No, he didn't.
For me, he's showing in this
In
league.
what league?
In this league.
Well, you're not getting the return yardage then.
No.
Oh, all right. No, I get it now.
This is his
And
last.
I could see going Chuba Hubbard then.
Yeah.
Okay. In our league, you get the return
You get the
yards,
return yards.
unlike
You
other
get the
leagues.
return yards. Yeah.
Jumping back to a couple questions real quick. Obviously, we like Penix over Purdy, correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
At this point, any Penix question, I like him over anyone this week. 'Cause I
Well,
don't have a choice.
They
I'm committed.
Hold on, jumping back here. Start to Tariq Hill, Devonta Smith, Terry McLaurin, or Jay Myers from user 620-504-8373-699.
You lost me.
Tariq,
Eight,
Devonta
six,
Smith,
7, 5, 3,
McLaurin,
9.
Jacoby Myers. Pick two.
Tariq and
I
Smith.
like Devonta Smith and McLaurin.
Okay.
We have one in YouTube from Kyle Siebert audio. Strange or smart? Brenton Strange, and Mac Jones seems to like him as well.
I agree. I would go with Brenton Strange. I would. Would you start Keenan, Jennings, or Ridley over Lad McConkey? No.
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 I'm going Lad McConkey.
No.
Wait.
Okay.
Hold on. I do like
I know what
Keenan
you're
Allen.
saying, Keenan Allen.
I do like
this week,
Keenan Allen this
but,
week against the
you-
Lions
you,
defense.
you know what? It's going to be about, can he get the ball there? That's what it's going to be about.
I like Lad
And
McConkey.
and I will say this: that last game, I thought he was so inconsistent. It scares me to
he
even
needs
try to
3 wide
to
receivers
bet on
out
a-
of that
on a
group.
Bears guy.
Okay, so all you got to do is sit one between Keenan Allen, Jawan Jennings, Calvin Ridley, or Lad McConkey. Sit one.
Juwan Jennings.
I think I'd go Ridley.
That's fine too.
Either way, flip the coin.
Ridley played really well with Mason Rudolph as his quarterback,
Yes.
though. The last couple times he's had Rudolph. That's my only thing.
So for the last one, Tariq, Devonta Smith, McLaurin, Jacoby Myers.
Yeah,
I like Devonta and McLaurin.
probably Devontae Smith. Yeah,
Start 3, Higgins, Jawan Jennings, Tariq, Addison, and Evans. Start 3,
Evans.
I'm going Higgins, Evans, Addison.
same.
Yep.
Tariq, London, Pickens, McLaurin, pick 2.
Dude, I love London this week.
London and
I love
McLaurin.
London this week. I think this guy's going to get ass hammered with targets. Yeah.
Baker or Goff?
Hey, who's the guy who plays opposite him? What's his
Who?
name?
The guy who plays opposite who?
Mooney.
Darnell
Is it
Mooney.
Darnell Mooney.
Yeah.
Watch out for him this
Dude, he
week.
goose egged last week.
Who did?
Darnell Mooney.
He goose egged last week.
Mm-hmm.
He won't this week.
Shane Man Warren 139. Baker Mayfield or Jared Goff?
Baker. Who do the Bucks play?
We got Tampa going up against
It should be someone bad in their division.
Dallas.
Oh, Baker.
Let him bake.
You know
bro.
what? I like Jared Goff this week. I would go with Goff.
It's a good problem.
I would rather see Goff against Chicago than
No, I think
Baker,
against
against
Dallas
that
is going
front
to be
line
huge.
of Dallas. Dallas's defense has actually played really well.
Yeah, but they're
the
allowing a
past
lot
2
of
weeks.
points, and Tampa's putting
Yeah,
up a
but
lot
they
of
played
points.
really well the last 2 weeks. They're really getting to the quarterback. They were tough last week.
Okay,
Real tough.
we're gonna go quick here. Glitchy. Should I pick up Condre Miller?
I'm sorry?
Do you need him?
Depends who you have to drop.
Yeah.
He said he's got a few questionable guys.
Who?
Give us some options on who you could drop to pick up Condre
Yeah.
Miller, and we'll go from
Who's
there.
Condre Miller?
the running back from the
Running back
Saints.
from the Saints. The guy who's going to get the nod now that Kamara's out.
Oh.
Lil Dr. Country.
Is Kamara officially
Kamara
out?
is out.
Okay.
Lil Dr. Country. Thielen or Brian Robinson Jr.?
Brian Robinson.
That's a tough one.
That
I
is
I
tough.
think is that PPR?
He didn't specify. I would go Brian Robinson.
Thielen has a better floor, so
Yeah.
I think you're going to get a certain amount of points. But I'm telling you, I think the Commanders are going to ball out on Sunday, and that should be good for Brian Robinson.
Yup. Rank my team. 12-man. Lamar, Derrick Henry, Josh Jacobs, Malik Neighbors, Mike Evans, Devontae Adams, Thielen, and Chris Boswell. If you're still in the playoffs, there's a reason why you are, because that's a 10 out of 10 team. Zolo just answered, but Jordan Love or Bo Nix? That would be Jordan Love going up against.
The Saints
Correct.
Saints.
at home Monday Night Football. And then Bo Nix. Honestly, Jordan Love.
I agree with
I-
that.
Have you guys
like
seen
Jordan
Jordan
Love
Love's
there,
stats
too.
during
Yeah.
Toyotathon? Have you guys seen it?
No.
Jordan Love's stats in Toyotathon are mind-blowing. He's got like 36,000 or 3,600 yards, 25 TDs, and 2 picks during Toyotathon.
Jesus, Mary Jo.
And we're in the middle of Toyotathon.
We're in the middle of Toyotathon. Bo Nix or Aaron Rodgers from Colt?
Rodgers been good last.
Oh, get out of here, dude.
Rodgers been good.
Give me
last-
Bo Nix.
I like Rodgers.
Zolo, break the tie.
I
like Rodgers
It's,
last
I think it's
2
tougher than
weeks
you
he's
think.
bald.
Dude,
I'm
he's
pissed-
had one good week.
I'm
against a
pissed about what
garbage
Bo
team,
Nix did
dude.
last week.
Against the
That's problem.
Jaguars. You're sitting here touting Aaron Rodgers around for having a great game against the Jacksonville Jaguars. Who'd you pick?
And you're over here talking about fucking Mac Jones. I don't know what you're.
Sorry.
I didn't co-sign
You're-
Mac Jones.
You're not gonna
you
like
did.
this, but I think Aaron Rodgers is having fun right now and fighting for his job and has a better matchup. So I like Aaron Rodgers. I'm
I do
sorry.
too. Aaron Rodgers been
Soser
balling.
15, Kenneth Walker, or Tyreek Hill. You got to see if.
Who?
I don't know how healthy Kenneth
I
Walker
love
is,
Kenneth
dude.
Walker. Dude.
Yeah, but I don't know how
just think
healthy
he's
he
so
is, dude.
Explosive, dude. I don't think he'd be playing if he wasn't healthy, dude.
Well, he hasn't been. On, off.
Well, he didn't play last week or the week before. So he's
I'm-
had 2 weeks off. He's coming back. He's probably going to be fresh. You got to watch out for that.
In
That's where,
Seattle against
that-
Minnesota's
that's where
defense.
he's explosive.
No, give me Tariq.
That's where he's explosive.
Give me Tariq.
All right.
Is Brian Thomas Jr. a must start?
Yes,
Yes.
he's wide receiver 5 on the year. Doesn't matter who's throwing to him. If you have him, you're starting him. You're as far as you are because you have him.
Xavier Worthy or T. Higgins from Anaki Ovio?
Higgins.
Higgins.
Start 2. Shoot. You know what? This TikTok chat thing, it just flies around wherever it wants.
We got to be quicker.
I'm rolling. I'm trying to roll as best I can here. But I'm trying to go all the way back up to where I was now.
Oh God, they're starting to fire.
They're firing. They're firing.
Rapid fire. K9 or Addison? Jordan Addison.
Addison.
Jordan Addison.
Hold on. I got it. I'm back to where I was. Start 4. Mike Evans, Neighbors, DJ Moore, Brian Thomas Jr., Sutton, or Jawan Jennings. Get rid of Jawan Jennings off the rip. I'm
Right.
going Evans, DJ Moore, Brian Thomas Jr., and Cortland Sutton.
Same.
Sutton or Garendo at flex.
Sutton.
Sutton.
Kelsey or Jonnu Smith at tight end.
Jonnu Smith.
Jonathan Smith.
Moore or Brian Thomas Jr. this week.
Brian Thomas.
Pick a defense, Indianapolis, Cincinnati, or Denver.
Denver. If you have Denver, you're starting.
Denver.
Terry McLaurin or Keenan Allen for flex this week.
Oh, Terry McLaurin.
Barely Terry McLaurin. Do I roll with the Falcons defense or trust the Broncos? Dude, trust the
Broncos D. They're D1. They're another
The
reason
Falcons
you are this
defense
far.
is dog shit.
Pollard, Brees Hall, or Jerome Ford?
Brees Hall.
I like Pollard.
Aaron Jones or Devontae Adams in flex?
Devontae Adams, I think. Ride the hot hand.
Yeah.
Ride the hot hand.
Yeah, you know he's going to get hammered. with
Aaron
targets.
Jones is slowly becoming touchdown dependent because Darnold's just hossing the ball around right now.
Yeah,
Um,
I agree.
Kittle or Bowers?
Kittle. If you have Kittle, you're starting him. Bowers. For anyone that's asking Bowers questions right now, we don't know who's throwing to him. We feel better with Aiden O'Connell throwing to him. We do not feel good with Desmond Ritter throwing to him.
Would you play either
Do
tight
not feel
end?
good about Desmond Ritter being a professional quarterback, period.
Would you play either tight end over Kieran Williams in the flex?
No.
I don't think so.
Neither do I. Pollard, Brees, or Ford?
Brees Hall.
No.
I agree. Bo Nix or Tua? You already asked that question.
Tua.
Poopity scoopity.
Sorry?
Poopity scoopity.
Okay.
Hold on. We got a lot of doubles in here. Cooper Kupp or Garrett Wilson?
Garrett Wilson.
Fuck.
I'm pissed off.
I'm going to say Cup, dude. Cup is going to get hammered with targets.
They play the Jets. They play each other.
Yeah.
You know what? I think Cup's going
I
to see
think
the
Cup's
targets.
gonna
I
get
just
part-
changed my
hammered.
mind. I think Cup's going to see. He's going to make up for what happened last week.
Benjamin Laudick 6.
Excuse me?
Benjamin Laudick 6.
Okay.
Jacoby Myers or Brock Bowers in the flex, brother.
Yeah,
God
Myers.
bless you. You got to go
If,
Brock Bowers.
if you're starting a Raider, it's
Yeah.
Brock Bowers, but I would try and avoid starting Raiders this week.
I agree.
It's not good for them right now.
Unless he's playing. I mean, do we know that yet?
O'Connell might play. Is that what you're
Yeah.
asking? It's still
If
tou-
he
it's still
plays,
tough.
I would go Bowers all the way.
It's still tough.
Regardless, you're going Bowers over Jacoby Myers.
correct.
Shalish Kumar, pick 2. Brian Thomas Jr., Jonathan Taylor, or T. Higgins in a half-point PPR league.
Brian
Jonathan
Thomas and
Taylor.
Jonathan Taylor.
Full-point PPR, Bucky or McMillan?
McMillan.
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 Keenan Allen, McMillan, or Tyrone Tracy for flex?
Keenan Allen. Who?
McMillan or Tyrone Tracy?
I like McMillan this week, dude.
I like
think
Keenan
he's
Allen
just
there.
gonna get fucking hammered.
Lamar Jackson or Jared Goff?
Lamar.
Jared Goff.
If you have Lamar, you're starting him.
What?
Lamar's QB1.
I
Against the
just
Steelers
think-
D?
Yeah, you
It-
know what?
it's
I
revenge
could
game.
see Jared Goff throwing the ball all over the field. this
So
week.
can I, but I just think it's a
No.
revenge game for Lamar's QB. If you have Lamar Jackson, you're starting him. It's that simple.
Okay.
You have Lamar Jackson, you're in your position because you have Lamar, you have Joe Burrow, you might have Baker. You're starting him. Josh Allen. You're starting Lamar Jackson.
Said Fijd. Jacoby Myers or Devonta Smith? Listen, this is a PSA to everybody asking us questions right now. There's 156 of you. If you have a Raiders question, the answer's no. That's it. It's Devonta Smith. Lamar or Kyler? It's Lamar. If you're asking, is it Lamar or Josh Allen versus somebody? The answer is it's always Lamar or Josh Allen. Pick 2. Aaron Jones, Jonathan Taylor, Robinson. I don't know if it's Robinson Jr. That's Brian or
Brian
Garendo.
Robinson. I like Brian Robinson this week.
I definitely
really
like
do.
Jonathan Taylor this week.
Jonathan
Yep.
Taylor and Brian Robinson.
Yeah, those two.
George Pickens, MHJ, or Xavier Worthy.
Jeez, that's
I don't know
tough.
if Pickens is even playing.
Pickens, if he plays, but I don't think he's playing either. So you're probably going
Yeah.
Marvin Harrison, who's due for a big week, by the way.
I'd go Xavier Worthy over Marvin Harrison, I think.
I'm not going to argue.
Start 3. Justin Jefferson, Mike Evans, Jackson Smith and Jigba, DK Metcalf,
Barry,
or Brian
you
Thomas.
just said it. The first.
No.
three you just said.
I would go Jefferson, Evans, and Brian Thomas. I would sit both Seahawks.
What?
No, I think so.
No,
Here,
Jigma.
no, you're starting Smith and Jigba this week, no matter who's throwing to him. First things
Right.
first. Geno Smith practiced today, by the way. Limited practice. Went to
Right,
walk.
he's playing. Dude.
Number one. Number two, they're playing the Vikings, who do a funnel defense, which means there's always going to be a guy open in the slot, and that's where 75% of Jackson Smith and Jigba's targets come from. He's a must-play this week if you have him. He's been a must-play for 2 months. He is certainly a must-play this week if you have him.
Goff, Darnold, or Murray? Kyler against the Panthers, Darnold against Seahawks, Goff against the Bears.
Probably Goff.
I'm
for
going to
me.
lean Jared Goff as well. CJ Stroud or Aaron Rodgers?
Aaron Rodgers. Sorry, Stroud's ass.
Tyreek Hill, Lad McConkey, Joe Mixon, or Garendo? Pick 3.
Cocky.
Tyreek, Lad McConkey, and Joe Mixon. Or do you like Garendo over Mixon?
Yeah.
I like Mixon over Garendo.
So do I.
I'm low on Garendo. I don't understand it.
Yeah.
You're relying on a lot. You need a lot to happen to make it make sense, where you don't need as much to happen with the other guys. Sorry.
Pick 1, Jerry Jeudy, Khalil Shakir, Terry McLaurin.
Terry McLaurin.
Stafford, Richardson, or Rodgers? Well, that's eerily close.
Stafford. I like Stafford.
Stafford.
This Jets defense.
Yeah, I like
this week.
Stafford as well.
I like Stafford. This
Brian Thomas, Jawan Jennings, PPR.
Brian
Brian
Thomas.
Thomas.
Brian Thomas, 100%.
Brees, Tariq, or Garrett Wilson, pick 1.
Brees, Tariq,
Brees Hall,
Brees
yeah.
Hall.
Dowdle or Jonathan Taylor?
Jonathan Taylor.
Don't get sucked in. I think Rico Dowdle has a great game, but you have Jonathan Taylor.
Yeah, Jonathan Taylor's going to have a monster game this week.
Purdy,
Titans run D. Like, look what the Lions did to the Titans run D. Sorry, go ahead.
Purdy, Penix, Richardson.
It's my problem.
Penix.
Michael Penix.
Michael Penix. Stroud. Oh, we already did that one.
Bruce, Jacqueline F.99 just joined the TikTok chat.
Just lost my spot again. AJ or DJ?
He's scared, baby. He's scared.
DJ Moore. DJ Moore.
This is an interesting one. Aaron
Scared.
Rodgers or Jaden Daniels?
Aaron Rodgers.
I think Jaden Daniels.
I love Aaron Rodgers for the
Whatever, dude.
rest of the time out.
You got to pull him out of your mouth. Who would you take this week, Gibbs or Jacobs?
Gibbs.
I don't know.
Josh Jacobs.
Gibbs.
Jacobs.
Gibbs is RB1 or 2.
Jacobs.
Listen, I know you guys love David Montgomery. I do too. I'm going to miss him. What Jahmyr Gibbs has done this year, he's putting up RB1 numbers with half of the snaps as everyone he's in the conversation with.
Love
And
Josh
this
Jacobs.
week, he gets RB1 snap. Like, he's going to be on the field for 40 snaps. There's a chance he gets 30 to 40 carries.
I love Josh Jacobs.
Whatever, dude.
Josh Jacobs has been the hottest running back in the league.
Doesn't matter who's going to have more
last
points.
4
Who's going to have more points?
Jahmyr
Josh
Gibbs
Jacobs.
is RB1 this
I
week.
think Josh Jacobs.
Pick 2, McLaurin, Aaron Jones, Pollard, or Mixon? The first 2, McLaurin, Aaron.
Yeah.
There you go.
Pick 3, Jennings, Reed, Hubbard, Marv.
Hubbard, Jennings, and Marv. I don't
You
love
only gotta
Jaden.
pick 2.
I don't. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't like Jaden Reed right
So
now.
between Marv and Jennings, who?
Marv.
I think Marv. Pick 2, Tank Dell, Marvin Harrison, Cedric Tillman, McMillan. The Cedric Tillman thing is done. You can forget about that.
Yeah, it's done. Jerry Judy took the targets right away from him.
I hate
You
this. This
don't
is
know
gross.
with Thompson Robinson. You don't know.
Yeah.
That's
It's bad.
the problem.
It's bad.
It's
dude.
bad
It's
news.
garbage.
If you
don't
needed
know.
Njoku, who might come back, that's bad. Tillman, bad. Judy, bad. It's bad news for everyone, and good news if you have Jerome Ford and you're in a position to where you need to start Jerome Ford.
Right.
I would roll here with Tank Dell and Jalen McMillan. Anybody contest that or no?
No.
Brees Hall or Tyrone Tracy? It's Brees Hall, bud. It's Brees Hall.
Tracy already's been losing carries to
Agree.
Singletary.
That's a miss.
Singletary.
Rashad Bateman or Khalil Shakir?
Bateman. Oh no. Shakir. Yeah.
Bateman had a huge week last week.
He did,
He
but
had 2 touchdowns.
Yeah. It's
that's like an anomaly.
the ball's gonna go a little more all over the place this week for Baltimore. Whereas Khalil Shakir.
You're gonna
Still at
see what's his name just get hammered this week. The tight
This is
both tight ends.
This is an interesting one. Keenan Allen, DJ Moore, or Jamison Williams. Pick 2. You don't want. I wouldn't want Keenan Allen and DJ Moore, so I'd go DJ Moore and Jamison Williams.
Yeah. Agreed.
Penix or Cooper Rush.
Penix. Cooper Rush.
That's both of Uncle Sam's love affairs. In one
Cooper
play.
Rushes look good, but it's you're talking Bucks D, which is tough, and he's gonna need to get touchdowns. You know, like you're gonna need.
That's why I think Dowdell's gonna have a hard time this week. You're going up against that Bucks defense, man. They're run stuffers. I watched them last week. They looked real strong.
We got a 2 quarterback question. Pick 2: Stroud, Tua, or Drake May.
Tua and Stroud
Tua.
probably.
Tua and Stroud.
Who do the Patriots have this week?
New England has Buffalo.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Tua and Stroud.
Mahomes or Russell Wilson?
Mahomes.
No, I'm going Russell Wilson
Not
against
me.
Baltimore's.
I'm going with Patty Mahomes.
Nope.
Yeah, Mahomes.
He'll be
I'm
out
sorry,
there
Russell.
limping
Injured.
around.
An injured Mahomes against Houston.
Yeah.
Give me
Yeah, give me Russell Wilson.
Russell Wilson.
Oh, give me Patty Mahomes.
If Pickens plays, Pickens or Neighbors
Oof, neighbors.
Neighbors gonna give
by a hair. By a hair.
no.
Purdy, Herbert, or Russell Wilson?
Herbert.
Yeah, Herbert.
Hill, Neighbors, or Cooper Kupp? I'm guessing that's Tariq Hill.
Cup.
I'm going to very hesitantly say Tariq Hill.
I love
Very
Kupp this week.
hesitantly. But Tariq Hill needs to have one of those monster games before this shit show of a season for them ends. Should I keep CJ Stroud or claim Justin Herbert?
I'm playing Herbert over Stroud
Yeah,
right
I
now.
would too.
Pick 1: Condre Miller, Alex Mattinson, Tank Bigsby. Wow, that's ugly.
It's not good.
No, it's not.
It's not good.
Miller.
Yeah.
Very hesitantly Miller. Pollard or Amir Abdullah? Amir Abdullah's been hot.
Pollard though.
Yeah,
I agree.
He's been pretty solid all week.
McLaurin's Evans Cup, pick 2.
Evans.
Who? Evans.
Evans and
Cup?
McLaurin.
Evans and McLaurin.
Evans and McLaurin.
He's going to say Cup over McLaurin.
I just like Cup this week.
Mike
I
Evans?
think he's going to get hammered with targets.
Mike Evans is on a mission right now, and then Terry McLaurin again. I think he's going to have a big week just because of who they're playing. I think they're also on a mission.
Yeah.
Denny, bench 1. Neighbors Pickens, CeeDee Lamb, Devontae Adams, or Sutton. Bench 1. You're playing
Pickens.
CeeDee Lamb.
Bench Pickens.
You're playing Devontae Adams. You're playing Cortland Sutton. So neighbors or Pickens.
Shout out to our girl Jacqueline F. Bruce's girl Jacqueline F. She's spamming up with us with roses right now. We appreciate that.
There you go, Bruce.
What is it? Neighbors Pickens.
Neighbors, Pickens, Lambs, Adams, Sutton.
You have
Bench
CD.
1.
You're starting him.
Yep.
Um,
Devontae Adams is
yeah, Devontae Adams. You're probably starting him.
Jacqueline, if your name was Jack, you'd have a better chance.
Sutton, neighbors, or Pickens. Between those, get rid of one.
Getting rid of
Pickens probably isn't
Pickens-
gonna play.
Pickens is injured, so getting rid of
Right.
Pickens.
Pickens is injured. Pollard or Abdullah. Oh, we already picked that one. Sorry. Dowdle, Jonathan Taylor, or Garendo.
Jonathan Taylor.
Scary Terry or Malik Neighbors. Scary Terry.
Yeah, Scary Terry.
Lad McConkey or Jonathan Taylor.
Jonathan Taylor.
Yes, we are answering shit. We're just, you guys are being great fans right now and getting to us before we can. Pick 2, Kamara if he's active, Hubbard, Aaron Jones, or Brian Robinson Jr.
Hubbard if he's active.
Kamara if he's active.
Oh, excuse me.
I don't love Kamara if he's active because I think that's a smokescreen at this point. Realistically, my 2 are going to be Hubbard and Aaron Jones.
Hubbard and Aaron Jones for me as well.
We already did that. Debo or Tank Dell.
Jeez.
That's
Reluctantly Debo because something's got to give at some point, but I'm not expecting.
Do you have
much
any
out of
input
him.
there?
Debo. He's been a fucking disappointment all year.
Yeah, Debo probably
Yeah.
cost you a league.
He did.
Kyron Williams or Derrick Henry?
Derrick Henry.
Again, if you've got Derrick Henry, you're playing him without question. There's Scary Terry or Neighbors again. A lot of people are real low on Neighbors right now. Mahomes or Bo Nix.
Jesus. If you have Mahomes, you're starting him in that situation. You don't have a choice. If you have Mahomes, you're starting him.
Yep.
DJ Moore or Brian Thomas Jr.?
Man,
I like
Brian-
Moore this week. I don't know.
Moore should pop
I
off.
like Moore against the Lions.
All Bears pass catchers should pop off, but again, Brian Thomas is just he's a circus animal at this point.
Hunter Henry or Dalton Kincaid?
Kincaid for me.
Kincaid.
Keenan Allen, Tyreek Hill, Zach Charbonnet, Debo. Pick 2.
Keenan Allen and Zach Charbonnet. If Kenneth Walker doesn't play, otherwise it's Keenan Allen and Debo. Or excuse me, who was
Drake.
it? Drake. Yeah, got it.
Pick 1. Higgins, Garrett Wilson, Thielen, or Dobbs?
Jeez. Higgins. Yeah.
I like
You like
Garrett Wilson. No, he's going to say Romeo Dobbs.
no. I was actually gonna say Thielen.
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 Okay, we had this conversation earlier.
I like Thielen.
Thielen has a really high floor this week. Like he can get you 7 or 8 points.
He's gonna get a shit.
If he
ton of
gets the
targets.
touchdowns after
Yeah.
that, that's where Thielen becomes an asset.
Tariq, McMillan, Cooper Kupp, DeAndre Hopkins. Pick 2.
Tariq and
From
McMillan.
George Yoder.
Cooper Kupp and McMillan.
I agree.
You're fine with Tyreek too. Did you know Tyreek may have kind of asked for a trade today? Did you happen to see
I
that?
did. He said I might just go to coaching after this.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then all the rumors really started to
Yeah,
fly.
he needs-
Shout out to everyone in the chat right now. There's about 100 of you. Make sure you throw us some likes. Make sure you subscribe.
Yeah, follow us because we do this every week. So
We
if
give
you're
away
here,
tickets.
yeah, we give away a ton of tickets. It's a party. It's always a party here. Kincaid or Hawkinson?
Oof. Hawkinson, you know what I noticed?
Last couple of weeks he's been money.
They don't let him in the red zone though. They take him
Why
out of the
is
red
that?
zone.
I don't
I have
get
no
that.
idea because I needed him to win 2 leagues the other night. I'm like, I'm not doing it. Whereas Kincaid gets constant targets no matter where he is on the field. and
Oh, he
they're
got a
trying to
lot of
work him
targets
in.
last week.
They're trying to work him in though.
Yeah.
DK Metcalf, Jaden Reed, or Jalen McMillan? It's Jalen McMillan.
Yep.
Keenan or Thielen from Boogeyman Plays. Shout out to you.
I like Thielen this week. I like
Cam?
Thielen.
Good to talk to you. It was Keenan or Thielen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like Keenan Allen. I like anyone against the Lions' pass defense this week.
Zay Flowers or Adam Thielen?
I'm gonna go with Flowers. I think it's a big week for Ravens pass catch.
I'm guessing you're going Adam Thielen again.
Yep.
Need a running back to replace Kamara. Who should I pick up? Mattinson, Ford, or Abdullah? If Jerome Ford's out there, pick him up, dude.
Yeah.
Jerry Judy, Juwan Jennings, or Jacoby Myers in a battle for the Jays. Jacoby Myers, again, it's unplayable till you know the quarterback situation there. So it's Jerry
Listen,
Judy.
it's Jennings because of the quarterback play. That's your defaulting to.
Just because he's going to get,
It's Dorian Thompson. The way I look at that argument is it's Dorian Thompson Robinson versus Purdy versus whoever starting for Oakland or Vegas.
Jonnu or Bucky? Flex.
Jonnu Smith.
Jono.
ETN or Tank Dell?
That's bad. Probably ETN,
Yeah.
who's still putting up like 9-10 a game at the moment.
Right.
Sit one, Tariq Hill, DJ Moore, Khalil Shakir. I'm sitting Khalil Shakir at the moment, hesitantly.
Tyreek Hill this week.
Ooh. Dell or Keenan Allen? That one's Keenan Allen.
Keenan Allen for me.
Stafford or Herbert?
Stafford.
Stafford.
Stafford against the
I
Jets.
love
defense.
Stafford against the Jets defense.
Yeah.
I do.
Shakir or McConkey? You gotta go. Gotta go with Lad.
McConkey.
Gotta go with the Lad,
Yeah.
baby.
This is my thing with Shakir. He's been incredible, but I think last week was an indicator of how it's going to be going forward because there's so many options in that offense now. I love Shakir long term, but this week I like McConkey because the Chargers go as McConkey and Herbert go, and I think they're going to try and get them going this week.
Bo Nix or Anthony Richardson?
Bo Nix.
Agree?
Next. Yep.
Pick one, James Conner, James Cook, or T. Higgins?
James Conner.
Cook.
James Conner is
I like Cook.
top 3 this week. Jameer Gibbs, James Conner, Jonathan Taylor. Those are 3 names that you don't always talk about that are all going to pop up.
I think James Conner is going to have a day against Carolina. But, I mean, James Cook could very easily have a day against New England. I don't even want to go near that one.
Go ahead and look at what every running back that's played Carolina in the last 3 weeks has done to them.
Hayden, sit one. Addison, Neighbors, Chase, Jackson Smith, and Jigba. You're not sitting Jamar Chase.
You're not sitting Jackson Smith.
You're not sitting Jackson Smith and Jigba, and I like Addison over Neighbors.
I think so, too.
Yeah.
Judy, we already did that one. Keep going. Cup, Neighbors, or Metcalf? Standard scoring.
Cup.
I think you got to default to Cooper Cup there with the quarterback situations. Rashad White or Jerome Ford?
Jerome Ford.
I love all the Jerome Ford questions right now after he popped off last week. Jalen McMillan, Brees Hall, Garendo, Flowers, or Charbonnet?
Only one? Charbonnet or Brees Hall? Probably Brees Hall.
I'm going to lean Brees
There's
Hall
no
there.
way you're starting Charbonnet over Brees Hall.
The way that I would rank those is I'd go Brees Hall, Jalen McMillan, Zach Charbonnet, Garendo, and then Flowers. Tyreek Hill or Romeo Dobbs?
Tyreek Hill.
No.
Who's the tight end from Tennessee? How do you say his name?
Okonkwo or whatever his name is. What's his name?
Okonkwo. Hold on, I just lost the question here. Okonkwo or Freiermuth?
Freiermuth.
Debo or Juwan Jennings?
Juwan Jennings.
Brian Thomas Jr., Bucky, Cup, or Devontae Adams?
Brian
Pick 2.
Thomas Jr.
Pick 2.
Oh,
And Adams.
and Devontae Adams. Yeah, I think I'm with you there.
Is Jonnu a must start against 49ers?
Yes.
Metcalf or Maserati Marv?
That's tough. Probably Marvin Harrison.
You?
I like Metcalf better.
Even with the quarterback? Sam Howell looks like dog shit, bro.
But they already said that. What's the name?
Geno
He
practiced
today. He's playing.
Travis Etienne or Tyrone Tracy?
Jeez, that's tough.
I would say ET.
I'm still going to lead Tyrone Tracy because, my God, Travis
I think
Etienne
so,
is
too.
so disappointing this year. Brian Robinson or Brees Hall?
Brees Hall.
Yeah, I'll go Brees Hall this week.
Bucky Irving or Jaden Reed?
Bucky Irving.
Yeah, reluctantly Bucky Irving.
Brenton Strange, Rashad White, or DK Metcalf in the flex? That's an interesting question.
Strange.
Brendan Strange over Rashad and DK.
Strange.
You know what? No, in that scenario, if you have DK, you're starting him.
Yeah.
You kind of got to. Jaden Daniels or Sam Darnold?
Sam Darnold going to play a pretty good Seattle team on the road. Give me Jaden Daniels this week.
Yep.
Devonta Smith or Tariq Hill?
Devontae Smith.
Smith.
Jonnu Smith or Sam Laporta?
Jonnu Smith.
Wow, that one surprised me. Ridley or Worthy?
Again, I have a good feeling about Ridley with Mason Rudolph back.
Yep.
Feel the same way?
Yeah.
Do you like Neighbors against Atlanta over Jordan Addison? Listen, I don't like anything with the Giants right now.
I like Addison. Addison's been pretty fucking
Yeah.
outstanding. the
I think
last
I like Addison too.
3-4 games. He's been real strong.
He's becoming a possession receiver. Like
Yeah.
he's not touchdown dependent. There's yards after catch.
Yep.
They're giving him a lot of targets. Like one of the
Well,
reasons
who's not going to
Darnold's-
get a lot of targets when you got fucking triple coverage on the opposite side?
That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
That's what I was going
mean-
to say. Darnold, as he's looked more, there's a direct correlation with the rise in Addison's numbers and Darnold looking more comfortable.
Yep.
Devontae Adams or AJ Brown?
AJ Brown.
I'm going Devontae Adams this week.
Got to, man. 200
Yeah.
yards last week. He was money.
AJ
You
Brown.
just said AJ Brown.
AJ
I know I
Brown's
did.
going to draw Marshawn Lattimore.
I like what he's done.
DK or Darnell Mooney?
Darnell Mooney. We're high on the Atlanta
Go
Falcons this
Penix,
week.
baby.
Big on Mooney. I'm big on all Atlanta cast.
You got Drake London, start him.
Yeah.
You got Bijan, start
What's the
him.
fucking tight end's name?
Kyle Pitts, start him.
Yeah, garbage Kyle Pitts.
Ray
Start him.
McLeod, start him.
Can you trust Jaden Reed against New Orleans?
Honestly, no.
No. I don't trust him against anybody anymore. He was outstanding last year. They don't even look to him anymore.
Sutton over AJ Brown? Question mark.
Yes.
Cortland Sutton over AJ Brown.
Cortland Sutton's a must start for me this week.
Wow.
Yeah,
Herbert, Bo Nix. We've gotten this question a lot.
a lot. And I think we've deferred to Herbert every time,
Right.
right?
Barely. Jonnu or Kittle?
Kittle.
I'm still going to lean Jonnu there.
If you have Kittle, you're starting him.
Pacheco or Ramondre Stevenson? Pacheco.
I don't know about that. That's a good
Against the Bills front?
Yeah. I
No,
like
Ramondre
Steven-
against
I
the
like
Bills?
Stevenson against that Bills front.
Dude, no.
Okay.
You
I like Stevenson this week.
Pacheco. Give me Pacheco. Marv or Waddle?
Waddle.
Waddle heavy. Bench one, Dowdle, Garendo, or Drake London? Garendo.
Garando.
Brando, yeah.
Brees Hall or Jaden Reed? It's Brees Hall. Addison, Higgins, or Brown? Pick one. I'm guessing that's AJ Brown.
Addison, Higgins, or I'm
I'd say Brown.
I'm going with AJ Brown in that scenario.
Yeah.
Javonte Williams, Gus Edwards, Tank Bigsby, or Amir Abdullah?
Amir
God
Abdullah.
bless you, Leo.
Amir
Miranda.
Abdullah.
Maybe Amir Abdullah in that scenario.
Amir Abdullah.
No, you know what? At
The
some
Gus
point,
bus against Denver.
something's gotta give. Something's gotta give for the Denver running game at some point.
Again, anybody asking or Josh Allen? The answer is Josh Allen. Stafford, Caleb Williams, or Richardson? Honest to God,
Staff.
I'm gonna say Caleb Williams.
Yeah, I
I'd
could
say
I could see it, but I just think if you have Stafford, he's a little bit more of a sure
Gotta play
thing.
Stafford this week. That's crazy.
Yeah,
dude.
I can
What?
justify Caleb Williams in that scenario,
Puka
but
Nacua
Stafford.
and fucking Cup they're gonna run roughshod on that Jet defense. Watch. I'm telling you.
K9 or Jerome Ford?
That's tough. K9 if he plays, but
I would go Jerome Ford because K9's banged up.
yeah.
He hasn't played in 2 weeks. I would go him.
It's an if.
All right.
He's still questionable. If.
All right.
Mixon or Kyron Williams?
Karen Williams.
Sit one, Mixon, Pollard, or Charbonnet? Pollard if K9 doesn't play.
Yeah, Pollard.
Laporta or Cole Kmet?
Laporta.
Laporta.
Garrett Wilson or Calvin Ridley?
Garrett Wilson.
I think we're going to lean Garrett Wilson there. Pick 2, Lad McConkey, Juwan Jennings, DJ Moore, Brian Robinson. Give me Lad and Brian Robinson.
Yep. No, Ladd and DJ Moore.
Over Brian Robinson?
Yeah, DJ Moore is going to have a big week this week.
I'm filtering here a bit just because of time.
Yeah, you guys picked a wrong time to get us up to 200 viewers because I have to go in the next couple minutes.
Sit 1, Bijan, Karen Williams, and Joe Mixon. I think I'm going to sit Joe Mixon.
Yeah, Kieran, Joe Mixon.
Joe Mixon, barely. Pick 2, Nico Collins. Oh, we already did this one. Thank you, All Things Crypto, for being in the chat so heavily today. Hold on. Terry McLaurin or Jordan Addison?
Terry McLaurin.
Penix or Goff?
Goff. If you have Goff right now, you're starting him.
Jared Goff. Abdullah or Tony Pollard?
Tony Pollard.
Laporta or Brenton Strange? Ooh.
Honest to God,
I saw.
Brenton Strange.
You don't think that's legit or?
Yeah,
Oh,
he was showing me a piece of news that said David Montgomery's going to play again this year because he's getting a third opinion.
He's
now.
getting a third opinion because the first two opinions were, well, you might not need surgery, but you probably do.
Addison or Drake London?
Drake London.
Najee or T. Higgins?
Oh, that's a tough one. I don't love. You know what? Yeah.
PPR, if it's PPR.
If it's PPR, T. Higgins. Yeah, I agree with that.
Sit 1, Mixon, Pollard, or Charbonnet? Sam Cow. You're sitting Pollard unless Kenneth Walker plays.
Correct.
Sit 1, Kupp, Lad McConkey, or Jalen McMillan. That's going to be a tough one.
Lad McConkey or Jalen McMillan. McMillan.
I would be crazy enough to sit Cooper Kupp. It's probably why I'm out. Tua, Geno Smith, or Richardson, 2-quarterback league. Well, dude, you're going Tua and Richardson because Geno's banged up.
No, hold on. If Geno plays, I like him this week against Vikings.
Over who?
Over Richardson.
Over Richardson?
Yeah, Tua and Geno.
Pick 1, Andrews, Njoku, McConkey, non-PPR. That's going to be a McConkey.
Yeah, McConkey right now.
Juwan Jennings or Dobbs?
Jennings is going to get more.
Yeah, Juwan. I don't love. The problem with Packers pass catchers is, number one, they're running the hell out of the ball. Number two, they're all good, but you don't know which one's going to go off. It's hard to predict it right now.
Pitts or Cade Otton?
Cade Otton.
So I'm sticking with the Atlanta Falcons right now.
You don't think Otton?
Otton's fallen off. As an Otton owner, he's fallen off. Yeah.
He fell off a lot.
Since Mike Evans has come back, Otton's fallen. He hasn't had a touchdown since Mike Evans came back.
Tua or Baker?
Baker. If you have Baker, you're starting him.
Marvin Harrison or Marquez Valdez-Scantling? Listen,
Marvin Harrison.
you got to go
Listen to me.
Marv.
I'm going to take Valdez-Scantling.
The Jennings or McMillan questions, because I've seen that a lot. It's McMillan over Juwan Jennings.
Yeah,
right?
McMillan, yeah.
McMillan or DeAndre Hopkins?
McMillan.
DK or Khalil Shakir?
Khalil Shakir for me. If it was DK or if it was Khalil Shakir or Jackson Smith and Jigba, I'm going Jackson Smith and Jigba.
This is a first from Elijah. Najee Harris or Craig Reynolds?
Najee Harris.
Greg Reynolds.
Najee Harris. If you have Najee Harris in that situation, you're probably starting.
Don't bite on the
gotta
Craig Reynolds
Take
thing.
the
gotta-
one that's
you
going to
gotta
get the
play
more
Najee
snaps.
Harris.
Take the guy that's going to get the more snaps.
Baker or Burrow? You're going Burrow, bud.
Yeah, that's one of the few scenarios where you're not going Baker, though.
Correct. I agree.
Yeah.
Very few.
Joe Burrows.
Pick 2, Higgins, Kupp, Ladd, or Sutton? That's tough.
Ladd and Sutton for me.
Maybe Kupp and Ladd.
I'm going to go Cup and Ladd.
I'm honestly, I'm Ladd and Sutton doesn't upset me. Bucky or Garendo? That question has been asked 15 times.
Probably Bucky Irving.
And I would go Bucky. I don't know who McKinley is. McKinley or Metcalf? Am I missing something? Is there a McKinley?
I don't know.
I have no
Maybe it
idea.
means McMillan.
Maybe you mean McMillan. If that's the case, McMillan or Metcalf?
Probably Metcalf. If you have Metcalf, you're starting him.
Kyler Murray or Justin Herbert?
Kyler Murray this week.
Mike Evans or A.J. Brown, dude, from Mac?
Mike Evans, 100%.
You?
Evans.
Brian Thomas Jr. or Malik Neighbors?
Brian Thomas.
Same shit over and over again, dude.
We'll cut out in a second.
I'm trying my best here to
It's about
filter.
done with this. There ain't nothing unusual.
ETN or Marvin Harrison at the flex.
Marvin Harrison,
There you go.
higher upside.
Marvin Harrison.
There we go. I'm trying my best for you here. I know we got some doubles, but there's a lot of Garendo, a lot of Lad McConkey, a lot of these guys who we don't really know. Like Tyrone Tracy, there's 3 questions in a row. Tyrone Tracy or Bucky Irving?
Neither.
Well, if you have to pick one.
If you got to pick one, you go with Irving.
Yeah, Bucky Irving.
Tracy lost most of his snaps last week to Singletary.
I got a good one for
Singletary
you.
got most of the snaps last week.
Who's the guy, Abdullah or Mattinson?
Abdullah gets more fantasy play.
Yeah,
I agree.
But Madsen's been a monster.
Geno Smith practiced today in full. Charbonnet
There
did
you
not
go.
practice at all due to an oblique injury.
Terry
you go.
McLaurin or Adam Thielen, Uncle Sam?
I like
McLaurin.
Adam Thielen this week.
McLaurin.
I love him this week.
Would you start Penix over Stroud?
Yes.
Yes. I'd start Michael Penix over everybody except for Patty Mahomes.
Would you start Cooper Rush over Aaron Rodgers?
No.
Is Pitts worth a start with Michael Penix?
Yes.
Yes.
Unless you, I mean, who's your second option?
If you don't have a top 5 tight end, then yes.
Michael Penix says he was shopping at Costco and about to buy a $1.50 hot dog when he got the call he was becoming the starting quarterback. He says he wasn't hungry anymore after learning of the news. I love that. We're Costco guys.
Do I drop Justin Tucker for Young Ho Koo?
Young Ho Koo is injured and going on IR.
Yeah.
There you go.
Don't
There's
do
your
it.
answer to that.
Don't do it.
Xavier Worthy or Marv?
Marvin Harrison.
We're going to take like 5 more here, guys, and then we're going to call it for today. So make sure you follow us so you can join us again next week. Chuba Hubbard or Kenneth Walker if he plays?
Hubbard.
Ravens D or Green Bay D?
Green Bay is the #1 ranked defense this week. Ravens D is going against the Steelers, and they're porous, and they did not look good against them last time. You're starting Packers D against whoever, Jay Kaner, Spencer Rattler. You're starting Packers D.
Devontae Wyatt had a big game last week.
I don't even know who that is
He's a D tackle
for the Saints or for who?
for the Packers.
For the Packers.
Chuba Hubbard or Kieran Williams?
Kieran Williams.
Kieran Williams.
Pedro, shout out to you. We appreciate you, my friend. We appreciate you. Pick 2 between Bijan, Aaron Jones, or pick 1 because the other one's Derrick Henry.
Bijan.
He's starting Derrick Henry. Bijan. Would you run George Kittle and Trey McBride at the same time?
Yes.
Yes, depending on who your flex is.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
depends what you're working with, but I think it's a big week for McBride. And then if you have Kittle, I mean, he's 10 automatic every time, no matter what. No matter who's throwing to him, too.
I want to give a shout out to everybody who followed us today. Come back next Wednesday. We're going to run it back. Oh, no, we're not going to run it back next Wednesday because it's Christmas Day.
We'll run it Monday, though.
Yes, we will be here Monday to answer your fantasy questions because we're going into championship week. So that is going to be the big one. So make sure you join us next Monday to get your last minute fantasy questions in before your championship. Bird, shout out to you. Go Lions indeed. But that's going to wrap up our fantasy frenzy. Make sure you're following on TikTok because this is where we answer all of the questions. Shout out to everybody who was in there today asking us questions. Shout out to everybody who followed. Shout out to everybody who sent us one of these things that's down here, the roses and the corgi and all that good stuff. Keep them coming.
Shout out to Jacqueline.
We do have a game to pick tomorrow night between the Denver Broncos and the Los Angeles Chargers.
It's in Denver, correct?
No, it is at SoFi, where the Chargers are a 2.5-point favorite.
I'm going to go with the Chargers.
And the over-under is 42.
I'm going to go with the under.
Uncle Sam?
I'm going to take the Denver Broncos and the over.
I'm going to go with the Chargers as well. They really need this game. They really need this game because if they lose and those 3 bubble teams win, there's a game separating them with 2 to go, which means the Chargers got to play really good football the rest of the way. Give me the Chargers. I'm going to take the over in this game. And I know this is a heavy under pick, but I think both these teams get over 21 points. Bruce?
Give me I'm gonna take the Broncos. I'll take the Broncos. And what's the shish kebab?
42. We have a
Just
split
take the over.
decision in here
Take the over.
He did that on purpose.
just to split everything perfectly.
I did not.
Drew Waffles, Kyler or Baker? It's Baker, bud.
Baker.
It's Baker, Drew. Thank you guys all for joining us today. Make sure to follow our socials, Instagram and Twitter. It's at TipBalls. If you're with us on TikTok, make sure you click that follow button so you know when we go live again. It'll be on Monday. Or actually, we'll be back Friday. You can watch us pick some games, do the playoff machine, and then join us Monday for Fantasy Frenzy. Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, we're live at 5. We are also on YouTube. You can find us if you search Tip Balls. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll be back Friday to pick some games.